Welcome to this week's edition of the OCU Athletics Update. I'm Andrew Himes, and this week we're talking to Superstar Athlete of the Week, Lauren Gober, and women's basketball coach, Latricia Trammell.
Hi, I'm Magean De La Torre, and I'm here with Lauren Gober. The senior forward from Newcastle, Oklahoma, averaged 27.5 points and 11 rebounds per game in the OBU Holiday Classic. She became OCU's all-time leading three-point shooter in the game against Northwood. Gober has 246 career three-pointers and is ranked number 2 in the NAIA Division I in made three-pointers. So with the 27.5 points and 11 rebounds that you had in the Classic, talk about your performance in that tournament.
It was a really good tournament, not just for me, but for the entire team. I think every game we had 4 or 5 people that were in double-digit scoring, so it was really good. And I think it was important because we have a 4-week break after that tournament where we don't have any games. And I think it was really important for us to go into that break feeling good about ourselves, coming off 2 great wins, so that was really good.
What does the accomplishment of being the OCU's all-time leading three-point shooter mean to you?
It means a lot. Keisha Watson was a great player, the girl who held the record previously, and so that's a big honor for me. But my teammates were really great. They always encouraged me to keep shooting even if my shot, isn't falling. They tell me to shoot it anyway, and I love that they have such good confidence in me.
You've broken your previous career high of 24 points 3 times so far this season. What do you feel is a difference for you this year?
Well, this year, me being a senior, I definitely wanted to step up and be a leader. But more importantly, I wanted to step into whatever role the team needed, whether it's, encouraging people on and off the court or scoring. I just wanted to be, what the team needs so we can be successful.
Well, and you have several new teammates this year. What have they brought to the team?
They're great. We have strong people in every position and coming off the bench. We just have a really complete team. And we all get along really well on and off the court, which I think is important because of how long the season is. It's important that we still have that good team chemistry towards the end of the year when we really need it.
You're a nursing major. What's it like juggling that with basketball?
It was difficult at first because you have to, devote a lot of your time to school and also to practice and games, and then you still need time for yourself so you don't go crazy. But I think I finally found a good balance where I can get what I need to done and still be successful.
Good. Can you tell us something about yourself that people don't necessarily know?
When I was younger, I wanted to be a cheerleader.
Oh.
But my mom wouldn't let me, which I think is good because you don't see a lot of 6'2" cheerleaders, so good thing I didn't.
Well, you're definitely filling out your role on the basketball team. The Stars will return to action at 6 p.m. on December 22nd against College of the Ozarks at Abe Lemons Arena.
There's a call to be answered. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at NAIA.org.
Here on the OCU Athletics Update, we're talking to women's basketball coach Latricia Trammell. The Stars are 5-2 in her first season as the head coach, and over your last few games, you've had an average margin of victory of 63 points. Talk about those performances.
Well, it's a great performance. I mean, our kids have been playing extremely hard. Seems like, they say clicking together. Our team chemistry is really good. They're having fun, and they're playing to win. And it's just been a great journey so far. It's still early, but we got to continue to move forward.
Early on in the season, you played an exhibition game against Baylor, and then played 2 Division II opponents in a holiday tournament.
Right.
What have those experiences done for your team?
It's been great. I mean, playing, one of the best teams in the country in Baylor and also in Brittany Griner. What a great experience. I mean, that's a game that our players are going to remember for a lifetime. And we've actually kept up with them. We've watched them on television. And, you really, when you play teams like that, they expose your weaknesses and things that you need to work on. And it's just a glorified scrimmage, but it's one that I hope that we'll continue to do and build those relationships with other Division I teams and have that opportunity to go play them.
I've heard you have kind of unorthodox practice schedule going on right
We
now with some of
do,
your students'
yes.
class schedules. Talk about that a little
Yeah.
bit.
Well, we have 2 nursing majors in Lauren Gober and Kayla McKenzie, and want to support them in all their endeavors, of course. And we practice on Mondays and Fridays at 4 a.m. And so when that alarm goes off at 3:15 a.m., we're usually jumping up, putting our tennis shoes on, and heading to the gym. But it is something that we have to do. They're in their clinicals. So again, we want to support them, make sure that they can feel comfortable of going there and not worry about missing practice, and vice versa. So we're proud of what they're doing, and they can be our nurse anytime.
How did your team spend the Thanksgiving holiday?
Well, some of our players that are out of state went home with teammates that families are local, and my staff and a few other players actually went home with me and spent Thanksgiving. So I guess you could say we all went with extended family.
Your team's motto this year is passion, pride, and purpose.
Yes.
How did you guys arrive at that, and what does that mean to you?
Well, actually, the team came up with that team motto. We had a top 3 team mottos. We voted on it. We had to talk about what it meant to us, if that was going to be our team motto. And those are 3 powerful words with powerful meaning. And every time we step on the floor or even in the classroom, those are 3 characteristics that we want to show.
You're in the midst of a long layoff, so to speak, between games. How are you guys keeping your focus and preparing for the next one?
We are continually getting better, and that's where you do it in practice, not so much in games. And so we've embraced this challenge right now. We've had a little time off, really polishing our fundamentals and things that we're wanting to improve on. Free throw percentage is one of them. And we're implementing some new things during this time. And we're just doing the best that we possibly can. I know the girls are looking forward for another tip-off, and so are we as a staff. But we're trying to make it as competitive as we can in practices, and just look forward to the future.
All right, we've been talking to women's basketball coach Latricia Trammell. You can keep up with her and the Stars on OCUsports.com. That's it for this week's edition of the OCU Athletics Update. Check back every week for all the latest in OCU sports.